Hello, I'm TJ Yurden with HDR Engineering, and this is the Basin 371 Drainage Improvement Project Virtual Public Update. The Basin 371 Drainage Improvement Project is a City of Sioux Falls construction project designed to help improve drainage conveyance in the Basin 371 neighborhood. This presentation will provide a project update and construction schedule for the adjacent landowners and neighborhood residents. A brief background on the project: the City of Sioux Falls identified a need for a drainage project within Basin 371 in 2019. The City of Sioux Falls also conducted a public meeting in the fall of 2019 as part of the facility plan, making the adjacent landowners aware of the project and the proposed improvements within the basin. The overall goal of the project is to improve conveyance within the drainage basin, to increase detention within the basin, and also reduce vegetative growth within the channels. The overall project location, shown in the red over on the right-hand side, is north of 41st Street, west of Sertoma Avenue, east of Grinnell Avenue, and south of Chesapeake Lane. The overall project has three separate types of improvements being made to the basin. We will identify each of these three improvements and then go into depth on each of the improvements later on in the presentation. The first type of improvement being made to the basin are culvert improvements, which are shown in red dots over on the right-hand side, represented at Grinnell Avenue, Harvard Drive, Eisenhower Avenue, and Theodore Avenue. The second improvement is a low-flow drainage system that's being installed along the open channels shown over on the right-hand side in yellow from 41st Street up to the Sertoma Avenue Pond, and also from Sertoma Avenue to the Sertoma Avenue Pond. The third improvement being made to the drainage basin is an expansion of the detention pond over near Sertoma Avenue. Next, we'll start looking a little bit closer at the culvert improvements. The first one's at Grinnell Avenue, which a new proposed 48-inch RCP culvert will be installed across Grinnell Avenue. Two new inlets will also be installed along Grinnell Avenue, and the existing box culvert that goes underneath Grinnell Avenue will remain in place. The next culvert is on Harvard Drive. It is a proposed 42-inch RCP culvert located east of the existing culvert that currently crosses Harvard Drive. That existing culvert will remain in place with this project, and also the new low-flow drainage system will tie into this culvert. The next culvert crossing is at Eisenhower Avenue. The proposed culvert is a 60-inch arch RCP culvert, and the existing culvert in this location is also a 60-inch arch pipe, which will remain in place and will be extended to the northwest. At the end of these two culverts, new headwalls will be installed both on the upstream and downstream side to help with erosion. And also the low-flow drainage system will be installed in this area, and it's identified south of the existing and proposed culvert. The last culvert crossing is at Theodore Avenue. The existing culverts at this location will be removed with this project, and new 42-inch arch RCP culverts will be installed. 4 different sets will be installed along here. Also with that, new inlets will be installed along Theodore Avenue, and headwall structures, much like Eisenhower Avenue, will be installed on the upstream and downstream sides of the proposed culverts. Also, the 18-inch low-flow pipe system will also be located in this area on the south side of the proposed culverts. Next, we'll look at the low-flow drainage system being proposed with the project. Currently in the project area, there are 2 open channels that the City of Sioux Falls utilizes for stormwater conveyance within the city. The first one starts at 41st Street and flows north, and the second one starts at Sertoma Avenue and flows northwest. They both converge together and empty into Sertoma Pond. One of the problems with this open channel system is the tall vegetated growth that is established within the open channels. That tall vegetated growth is actually impeding on the flow in the channel, causing reduction in flow capacity, which is not ideal for the City of Sioux Falls. In order to improve the conveyance, the City of Sioux Falls proposes to remove the tall vegetative growth with this project and install a low-flow drainage system. The low-flow drainage system actually consists of two different components. The first one is a new 18-inch concrete pipe that would run parallel with the existing channel. The 18-inch pipe would start at 41st Street and run north to the Sertoma Pond, and also start at Sertoma Avenue and run northwest to the Sertoma Pond. The pipe would be located underneath the channel and off to the side, and the purpose of the pipe is to convey that nuisance low flow during non-storm events that helps feed some of that vegetative growth within the channel. The second component is a new 6-inch underdrain pipe in the center of the channel. And that 6-inch underdrain pipe is much like a drain tile pipe located in the channel, and the purpose of it is to help soak up some of that water located within the soil. Once the two pipe systems are installed, the existing channel would be restored to its existing shape and seated and function no different than it does today as far as conveying the larger storm events. The final improvement is expanding the detention capacity at the Sertoma Pond. Part of that improvement is excavating the higher portions of the existing pond area, which is the areas identified in the red over on the right-hand side. The excavation limits would tie into the existing ground at a 4-to-1 side slope. The city would also maintain an access bench along the property line so city vehicles can continue to maintain that area when needed. Once the excavation is complete, the city will restore the area with grass and mulch. The construction limits for the project are shown on the right-hand side in red. The construction limits are being confined to the city right-of-way, the city-owned parcels, and existing drainage easements. No additional easements are being acquired with this project. There will be 5 street closures as part of this project. These closure locations are at Grinnell Avenue, Harvard Drive, Snapdragon Street, Eisenhower Avenue, and Theodore Avenue. Residents in the area should take note that these closures will last for no more than 35 days, and no more than 3 closures can happen at any given time. The contractor will be restricted to only 3 closures at any given time. We do want to point out that there are signalized street access points on the 41st Street and Sertoma Avenue that can be used during the construction and closure periods. These signalized street access points are at Grinnell and 41st Street, 32nd Street and Sertoma Avenue, and Panama Street and Sertoma Avenue. Here's the project schedule. The project will be bidding in May of 2021 with award to contractor in June of 2021. Construction will likely start sometime in July of 2021 with a completion date of June of 2022. The reason for extending the contract into 2022 is to allow for more favorable conditions for the contractor to work in. It's unsure at this point how wet those channels will be this summer, and this allows the contractor to work during the later fall and winter months in those channel areas. It should also be noted that each road closure will only be closed for 35 days, so that will not last into 2022, that those closures will be limited to 35 days for the contractor, and no more than 3 closures will happen at any given time. If you have any questions or comments about the project, please let us know. You can contact me, TJ Yurden, at HDR at my phone number 605-977-7765, or you can email me at todd.yurden@hdrinc.com. Or you can also contact the City of Sioux Falls. Rayad Youssef is the City of Sioux Falls project manager. His phone number is 605-359-7726, or you can email him at ryoussef@siouxfalls.org. Thank you so much for taking time out of your busy schedule to listen to this presentation. Again, if you have any questions, please let us know. Thank you.